something. France
We're live, Carl.
Okay.
So, final game, Canada versus Colombia. As Carl said, Colombia gave Canada some fits yesterday, or 2 days ago, in the first round. That's a nice moss from the Colombian to start the game. Forces us to get our shooter out there, Jennifer Merrill with the black plate. She's been really accurate today. So, let's see.
Yep, that looks got it. Bang on. Boom.
Super.
Good job, Jen. Good job, Jenny.
Rolls in front of the Daba. That forces Colombia to hit, really. They have no other choice. It's that close to the Daba. We'll update the standings for you at the break after this end. Carl and I are perched in the confidential nobody knows about press box here.
Yeah. Okay, so a miss by the Colombian. We'll have to try again.
Colombia is, I would say, one of the teams that's partied the hardest when they've scored their points.
Yeah.
Those yellow and blue jackets really do stand out when they're waving their arms and doing their dance. I saw them teaching the Ukrainians some samba. You could probably get out there and teach some salsa.
Yeah. Okay, so this may end up stopping, but no, it's going to creep on. Canada's still with the counting stock.
Jennifer, you see, if you can see that, Jennifer Merrill raised her hand. We'll do a zoom here. Let's see if I can get it. Jennifer Merrill raised her hand, and that indicates the team that raises their hand back there. I think that's going to be a lot better. And there we go. Yes, much better. This game brought to you by Falter Brewery from the local brewer here in Reagan. They have a pretty big brew house.
Having tried their wheat beer, their dark beer, and their regular beer, I can't say there's any complaints amongst any of those. But in competitions like this, it's very important that us athletes stay hydrated, right? So.
Speaking of which, where's my water, bud? Did you bring that over? All right. Thank you. All right, Karen.
So now we just need to come in, make points. Oh.
Yep, nice shot. Yeah. Sitting two. That was Karen Schubert. Where is she? There she is. She just shot. So Kata's up now. Kata can rest on that stock.
Yeah.
Karen just threw rest on the Colombia stock.
Good line. Yeah, she's got it. Okay, and then Jen can just follow.
You see here the word super. That's the coach Heine. He's a local manager. He's from the Munich region. I had the pleasure of playing his club a couple winters ago for. Let's see, 4 points, 4 stocks. Nice shot, Jenny McNeely.
I think Jen was probably curling her toes on that one. Like you see his head right for the shot.
Which could have bumped the Daba back. But
nice to open up with the full house.
Wow, 9 points to start. Brazil's happy over there too. So they're continuing to rack up the points. So here's an update of the standings. I'm trying to get this to zoom back out. Come on, you. Man, this iPhone is not ideal. We got to get back to the iPad later. There we are. Update to the standings. Canada and Brazil are tied for first place. This is the last game for every team. Canada and Brazil are tied for first place. Canada's guaranteed at least a silver medal. Australia will finish third. They're not playing this round. They finished all their games already. There's 7 teams, so one team sits every game. Australia's done, and she had a great play, and she had a great
down hard.
Yeah,
she can't do that. That's one thing Jen's been working on is not slamming it down hard.
It's Jenny's first World Championships, and she's had some really great shots. Canada's only lost 2 games.
Okay, we don't want to follow suit here, so good. Kata got it in. Take the pressure.
Canada's only lost. There's the updated standings. If you can zoom in at home. Brazil 16-4. So eight wins, 2 losses. Canada 8 wins, 2 losses. I think Australia, it said 7 wins, 3 losses. So I shouldn't say that Canada's guaranteed a silver medal. I suppose if they lose badly here to Colombia, they could fall behind the Australians.
She's
So
going to be going after the Dalby here. She's probably, well, no, I think that's still
far.
Canada. Yeah. Still Canada. Okay.
So Jenny McNeely raises her hand to indicate to her teammates at the end of the rink that we're closest, and Colombia has to shoot again. You can see the stock there, Colombian stock. So I think, well, what has to happen over in the Brazil-France game is that France has to come up with a huge win.
She comes, stock goes up. Yeah, she's going to get the stock, but it's only going to bounce us closer to the Dalby. Yeah. Okay, so it was a good effort.
The French women have had some good games and some not so great games. So we can only hope that they bring their A game to Brazil and knock them off and allow Canada to win this and win the gold.
Colombia again trying to dislodge the Canadian stock there from the Dalby. Okay, she's not on target though, and she's not going to factor in.
I think I saw that Brazil scored 7 points in their first end.
So Colombia now is on their last stock. Okay, trying to trying to do something with Canada's moss there. What I remember yesterday, this lady would often come in and make it difficult for Canada. She's got a good line there, but it's not going to have enough speed. But it is going to play. Okay, so Canada's going to have to make mosses just to the left side of our stock. We've got about maybe 3 feet to play with, but maybe he's going to.
Jennifer wants to take out. She's got the black plate in her hand. Yeah, this is a good shot for Karen. I think Karen. Yeah, and Karen's stepping up. Karen's made these all day.
Karen's last couple shots she hasn't been true to form. She's just been a little bit off, so hopefully she can find it. And through the course of a tournament, that often happens. Hey, Paul, you sort of go off form for a couple throws, and then you have to dial it back in. So she's a little bit.
Well, thanks for jinxing her, guy. Jesus.
That's the reality of sports, Paul.
Man, oh man.
If we take the drama and the emotion away, it's probably not worth watching. You might as well watch sand.
Watch sand.
Sit on a beach chair and just look at the sand.
Brazil 18 points, Canada 18 points. Australia has 18 points as well, but they have 3 losses. They're finished, so first goal here for Canada is to win against Colombia.
So I wonder what Jen's attempting at.
She's got a great play.
Moss, or is she going to try to take out?
She's
coming into Moss. It's a good line.
Wow.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah, she's probably not counting. She's over.
So we're counting one.
Jenny McNeely's kind of in the way there. But,
I think it's just one.
Okay, that's the last shot. Yeah, just one. Nope. They're going to measure, looks like.
The measurement. It's always better just to be sure here.
Jennifer's trying to get the referee's attention.
The referees were having a huddle there. So the team was all together. They're probably talking that they're getting hungry and they can't wait to get to the canteen to have a sausage and a Gatorade.
The women are coming down to their last game over there, and the A group are playing to our right. They have 8 teams in their pool. The top 4 will move on to the semifinals on Saturday. With the B group, it's just a round robin. There's no semifinals or finals.
All right.
What's your eye tell you here, Carl?
I'm going to say the Colombians are probably in second position. But here comes the
I don't like how she bent the ruler there. Did you see that? The Colombian, she pushed the ruler down to the ice.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But I don't think it mattered. It wasn't that close, was it?
Okay, well, Canada did get the stock. Unfortunately, could have come for more points there, but
So what did they have in the first
You're
then?
chasing points here, and the points don't come easy. Right?
No.
So I think what you talked about earlier, it's just the reality is they just need to get the win.
Yeah.
They just need to focus on getting the win.
Silver medal ain't anything to be shy about. Such a great finish. Here's some happy Namibians over there. That was a nice bump on the left, just to our left, in the lane to our left.
Okay, so there's an opportunity for Jen just to follow that line and sit up. Okay, she released the stock moss better, but doesn't have the steam. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have the steam. Okay, Jen's gonna have to get that figured out. Jen switched to a gray plate, and I'm wondering if she should also switch to the black again.
For that one, yeah, maybe because you had backing. There's no harm in going a little far.
Okay, Kat is gonna come in and take the Dalby back. Oh!
Jen sticks her hand out to the side.
I always like to look at it from the Dalby perspective, you know, not from.
So Jenny stuck her hand out to the side. That means that we're not counting, and it's our shot. So there's some discussion here as to what should be done next. Karen's going to step in and let's see. I heard the call is to Moss right on the Dalby. Karen has put on a gray plate. She's a little bit faster than the yellow that she's been using. The theory here is, I guess, Carl, if the Dalby gets pushed back, that's okay for Canada, right?
Yeah.
A lot of smooth delivery. That's got a little bit of.
Okay, Dalby's still in.
Look at that.
Okay.
Counting.
Great shot, Karen. Super.
Counting at least one. Yeah, she's happy
really
about that smile.
Look
at that Dalby
The
is.
question is, who has the iron logger? I think Colombia may still have the iron logger position, eh, Paul?
Yeah, probably.
So if Dalby goes out, Canada is forced again to try to go after a stock that they can't see.
We had a flipped stock there from France. This is trouble for Colombia. I guess, a hit and a roll in behind her. I guess she's calling for a Moss in the very back. That's really difficult, unless you've done this a number of times today, to figure out the weight you need through the hole, through the port.
It would be great if she actually hit our front stock by accident. She's not going to do that, but she is actually going to potentially.
She's going to clip in. Wow. 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 What a shot. Smiles around. That's a great shot. Now Canada's in the exact pickle and worse than what Colombia was in. How do you got to almost promote our black one in, right? The one that's just to the closest one to the Dalby, promote that in.
Yeah.
Closer to the puck. Because you can't Moss down the left side and get closer, I don't think, because of the angle of that stock in front.
We've got one more stock left, and they have two.
And you're right about that. This is our last throw. The conversation of the referee. I think the referee's wondering. Anyway, whatever. Oh, she's gonna have a nice bump.
Okay.
That clogs it up a little bit more.
At least you have Einlager, Jen.
Yeah, that's a good point. That Dalby goes out. Carl's indicating Einlager. That means it's a word used to say that you're in the closest position to the center of the house. So if the Dalby goes out, the Dalby, nice French shot there. If the Dalby goes out, then it gets replaced back to the center.
I I see it very hard to score more points
Yeah,
here.
that's a good thing about clogging what Jennifer did, eh? She clogged it.
That's not going to do anything.
That's going to fahunga.
It's going to fahunga. Yeah, okay. So that just negated the +3 points that they did have.
They lose 3 points for that missed shot.
So they do have one more stock in the hand. If I was the Colombian coach, I'd be saying put a green plate on because it's really slow on that outside. You don't want to use a black. It's got to be the green plate, Paul. I think
green plate. Would you hit
it 300 times?
Yeah, how slow it is out there. And then we're going to be proven liars when we go out and play. We're going to be proven right? We're going to make all our shots today.
So.
Yeah. What about I'm trying to think here. How do they get another one? What about a hit on the one on the right? I guess you can just moss right wherever she's standing. That's probably the easiest call. If she ticks off the Canadian stock on the right, that's okay too, right?
I'm just trying to see the plate color. If it's a gray, I don't think that's going to work. She needs a green on it. Let's see.
Well, she's mossing straight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Could be a fast gray.
On the outside there, so.
Well, it's actually almost down the pipe. It's right down the middle, Carl.
And it's out. It's out.
So she actually had too much power.
Canada caught a break there.
Can you find out the actual score there?
Militant. Militant. Can we just get a score for the camera? But overall?
12-0.
12-0. Thank you.
That's Militin Zaric, husband of Kata, who's playing right now, and an important member of our men's team. So this is the last game of the women. The men get going at 2:00 p.m. local time. So that'll be 14. I guess that's 9:00 Eastern time. We'll have.
That's a good moss.
They're gonna.
That looks good. Well done, Jen.
So they'll prepare the ice again once the women are all done. They'll go through with the ice machine, re-zamboni it.
Good lay.
And they'll give us some time to warm up, the men's teams to warm up, and we'll be off and running 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Should probably clarify for our viewers, when you say good lay, that just means the stock laid down nice on the ice, not to be interpreted with anything else, like chips, Frito-Lays, or...
We should probably just leave that one alone, eh, Carl? Completely, not even...
Go there.
There's some
French are celebrating over there.
The French? Oh, okay, all right.
A couple times they've been celebrating.
Vive la France! Hein? The Austrians are celebrating over there too. I think they're feeling a gold medal. Oh, no, Germany's first, so they're feeling a silver medal, maybe. Okay.
But they have playoffs, eh?
Oh, sorry. Yes, right. So, but over there, it's good to be in first, second. That way, they play a different playoff system where you have the first and second playoff for a right to go immediately directly to the final.
She comes. Okay, she's wide. She's wide as well. Okay, so that's positive for Canada. I think one more stock left to go. No, 2 more stocks left to go for Colombia.
What did Milton say the score was?
Was it 12?
12-0? Okay. Playing the fourth end. There are 6 ends in the stock game.
This lady usually is pretty consistent, so she's coming right at the stock. I don't know if it's going to have enough. Yeah. Okay, just missed. So right now, this is looking very good for Canada because all those stocks are behind the Dalby, behind the county.
Trying to get a view of them.
I don't know
there
if
they
you
are.
can use
Actually,
your Canada arm to actually get a view of that.
Very good, sir. Canada arm. Okay, you can see there are 3 back there. You can see the top of the handle of one. Carl, what we should be doing is bringing some equipment up and showing those viewers who are unfamiliar.
Stick. We need a selfie stick. Uh-oh, she's got it. Okay, well, that was one heck of a good
Canada?
shot.
All the way back.
So Canada now is in 3rd position. So Jen's going to have to come with a takeout. And then we're going to have another takeout too. So 2 takeouts here to get rid of some stocks. So the Colombian that shot last, she certainly made it now difficult. Canada. So just Jen needs to do what she does best. Okay, it wobbled on her. Now Dalby's out, so that's not what we wanted. Okay, and I think her stock went out too, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so Karen's going to change to most likely a black plate. Yeah. Okay, she's putting a black plate on. She's going to just not really care about the Dalby, just shoot right through it. Okay, looks like a good line here, Paul.
Very good.
Okay, and still we had
There's a stock closer up onto the right.
so
It hit the Daba, didn't it? And,
did lost some edge, and
I had to hit the Daba in order to get it out, of course, but
now
just sit on that one. Just
make sure it's the right plate.
high.
She's got to have the right plate. He's asking.
Team's trying to get some clarification. From the other end, it's hard. It's very difficult to see who's first and who's second and who's third, etc. So Kata's up with that gray plate.
Okay, so, oh boy, come on, Kata, you gotta get it there.
Looks better. That looks better.
I think it's gonna do it.
Yeah.
She's got it. Okay, good job, Kata.
All right, Kata.
Okay. Again, there was a setup there for Canada getting lots of points.
Yeah. One. Jenny's indicating one. So that's 3 points. That makes it 15. Is that correct? 15 to 0?
As I was saying, set up to, that last end to come for maximum points, but the last Colombian did do a good job making it difficult there.
Here's our comfortable digs here.
Yeah.
Where we got gummy bears and
Broken window.
some broken window. Yeah, we're going all out for team. That's my water bottle. So, but I hear it's coronavirus free up here.
Yeah.
We've got such an elevation. We're in good shape that way. Should we do some post game interviews? Start a live feed. The ladies celebrating their silver medal. Maybe we'll wait for the award ceremony, which I hope they still hold. Interestingly, while I was gone there in the game, I'm not sure which game it was, against France, perhaps. I talked with Christian, who's a consultant who works for IFI.
Yeah.
And talked a little bit about the arrangements around coronavirus, and there's been a lot of course, backroom conversations about what to do. But he said they never talked about actually canceling the events, the competition events. The closing banquet is not going to be held on Saturday night. But that's a good. Come on, hold on, a little long. But they've decided to keep going ahead with all the competitions.
I would say Colombia's counting.
Yeah.
So we need to take that out. You could also
As
moss on the Dalby, but might as well. Probably Kata's going to moss the Dalby and slide it back. That would be my prediction here, Paul.
Us Canadians are wondering if we're getting home when we're supposed to fly out on Saturday or something.
Look at that.
That's perfect.
Just Kata, nice shot.
Perfect. Perfect. She's found a range with that plate. As long as it's down the center, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's down the center.
Okay. Canada also has Einlager there, I would imagine. Okay, so the Colombian is going to want to go at the stock with the Dalby right in front. Here she goes. And she's on the right line for it. Yeah.
For one.
What will happen here? I think Canada might still be counting.
At least one. Of course, no, Colombians ask for a measure. And we got two referees going to fight. Oh no, the other referees. I saw both referees pulling. Oh wow, all three lanes.
Have you ever seen such a thing, Paul?
Wow, this is rare. I think this deserves its own special YouTube.
If we were able to
something or other. These guys are earning their money.
Right now,
they're earning.
The referee's like, we should get overtime for this. If this was piecework, they're getting huge money.
Yeah. So I haven't mentioned in this game, but only audience members are only people that are allowed in the arena today are athletes and their coaches. So the crowd is thin. No members of the public are allowed in the arena. So that's why you're not seeing big crowds and you're not hearing a lot of Austrian cowbells.
Probably a good opportunity again to thank the fan club that's resulted since you and I started broadcasting live there, Paul.
Thank you for all the letters. The hotel is
the teenagers wanting our autographs.
I know.
So, what happened there now? Canada got bumped a little closer, maybe, and
could be counting two of the front. Oh, they're measuring again.
This referee is getting his step in today.
I see sweat beads building on his forehead. We can't confirm the zoom isn't as good as we need, but
Wow. The Brazilians are dancing in the streets right now.
I think what that means, the game's not over, but I believe that means that the team they're playing can't catch them. So they're just kind of telling Canada that they got the gold medal, and they're going to get promoted to the A group in 2022. So good for them. They're good people, right? We play against them a lot in the America Cup and other competitions.
Not that we wouldn't want our Canadian girls to experience that successfully, but when you look at what they're doing down there in Brazil, how much investment they're making into their ice stock program. It's only suiting that probably they advance on to the A division.
Yeah.
They have tons of youth that are stepping into the fold, ready to become the next adult team and the next Euro, junior team, whatever.
They have sports funding from several levels of government to support the infrastructure, lanes, and equipment. This is not what Colombia wanted. They just knocked their own stock out. That was a lot of power, though.
That was a lot of power.
Holy!
What does it leave Canada do here?
So, Canada, are we 2 or 1, Jenny? I think they want to know if they're. Are we 2 or 1? We're counting 2.
Counting 2.
So we can moss. It's challenging to score more. You don't necessarily have to score more either. You might just throw these through. To be honest, take the points.
Yeah, because the coefficient's not going to matter.
Doesn't matter.
Right?
Brazil has indicated that you're not catching us, so let's settle in and guarantee a silver medal, and a win here will do that. Okay,
Karen's coming in just to make the pass. Probably not close enough, but
saw the shaking of the head from Jenny, indicating that wasn't close enough to be a third counter.
So I think she's going to just bump her own. Jen's just going to bump her own.
I hope not. I don't like playing around with the Dobby right now. Just going wide. Don't have to.
Well, she's not gonna cause any damage. Like, in fact, she may have cut it down. Okay.
No, maybe they're still of the mind that they're winning, but the coefficient could matter. I think the coefficient's unreachable now because of that close game last time. The last game was too close for Canada that they won against Ukraine.
With all that jubilation, that must have meant that Brazil is in a situation where
they feel like they've won because of the coefficient difference. They're going to be so Canada and Brazil will be tied in points. They both would have won.
It would be
let's
nice
see,
to
10 games and lost 2.
It'd be nice to send the signal down to the boots on the ground, but unfortunately, we just don't have the funding right now for a third broadcaster to get a score update, right?
It is. It's a Canadian win, though. That's much we I think know.
Yeah.
It's even with a perfect 9 points, Colombia won't be able to catch up. They do a nice job here in Reagan with the
Yeah, it's
the
really
facility.
unfortunate that the coronavirus has had the impact that it has in terms of the policy and procedure, and they have to follow through on that. But they certainly, no fault to them. They put on a great world championship here.
That's Jenny McNeely's last throw. Is Jenny doing target shooting? Yes, she is. So she's going to team target on Friday. So tomorrow, Jenny will be back out on the ice.
Nice pass, Jen.
She'll be back out on the ice with 3 other Canadians doing team target. So this is a good time, actually. You can see the rings that are used for target shooting here. Each of the 4 team members will get 6 shots at one discipline. The first thrower tries to get as close to the center, and you can see the bullseye rings here. The second thrower will do takeouts.
This girl's got a good line.
That's a nice shot. Nice shot. The third thrower will do back mosses, so you can't see the corners exactly, but the puck gets placed in the back corner, and you can see the rings coming out from the back. You get points for getting close to the back corner. And then the fourth player will have 6 shots at doing some bumping and ticking to score points. All right, Jenny Merrill.
Typically, this is Jen's wheelhouse too, right here. This is a takeout that she just hungers for, drools. Like, this is her sort of thing. Let's see how she does. Okay, here comes the stock, and I say she's right at it again. Boom! Just like that. Well done, Jen.
This is awesome. They should have smiles on their face.
Yeah.
Silver medal is something to be
After 2
proud
bronze
of.
medals, eh, bud?
After 2 bronze medals, finally push her up to a silver. I can't see anything but good things. The way that you've promoted the sport, Carl, for our South Frontenac Stock Sport Club has been incredible. We do have a lot of youth playing.
Yeah.
And it's our dream actually to be at the Junior World Championships in 2 years. Which is held the week before this championship.
Yeah.
It was held last week. Brazil sent a team, did they not?
Yes, they
Australia
did.
sent a team, and then a number of European countries.
I would like to see for our America's Cup that the juniors are actually included in that as well, if we can. Even if it's co-ed.
Great idea. Great idea.
So be it.
That's 2021. That's the summer of 2021, where Canada is hosting the America Cup.
We have an opportunity potentially in South Frontenac to host, and if that's not the case, we have Barrie. That's one of those 2 places it will be. Okay, nice pass.
Nice pass.
Okay, opportunity for.
So Karen's going to step up for a takeout. So the standings in Group B: Brazil, Canada, Australia, Namibia, Colombia, France, and Ukraine.
This is the last end, eh? 6th end, Paul?
6th end, last end. Canada has a lead that can't be caught by Colombia at this end.
Okay, finish strong, Karen. Yeah, right on it. What a shot.
Yeah.
Well done.
I love it when the coach yells "super" when it's when it's 10 feet out of her hand, right? You just know when it's coming down that it's got eyes on the stock.
I'm pretty hungry, so I can't wait for supper.
Yeah, you know what? Don't tell the hotel, but I made an extra sandwich this morning and grabbed a couple of hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, nice.
Wow, eh? So I get a little bit of protein. We got a long night. We're on the ice from 2 p.m. till 9 p.m. tonight.
Canada has the well, I guess not. They have the opportunity to just toss in here and get 7 points.
All right, Kat, to finish strong. Just like everybody's had a good shot this end. Colombia's out of stocks. Kata is her last throw of the championship. She's not doing team target.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
She ended it with a perfect moss.
Well, there it is, folks. The Canadian team most likely with the silver medal at the 2020 World Championship.
I hope there's going to be smiles all around from here. Karen's big smiles. Look at that. Love it.
So where's Kathy? Kathy should be out there with them. There she is. Hey, open.
Yeah, Kathy, get out there. She's getting out there. Give a wave. That referee whistle was for the A group games. They have one more game to go, it looks like. Line up for a photo. Line up for a photo. Carl, do you have your camera? Line up.
Up here?
Yeah, I think this is a great angle. I mean, if you can get under the wire, I guess. It's a pretty cool angle, isn't it?
Or maybe they want to go over by the flag.
Okay. The sun will be in anyway, wherever you like. Okay.
That's
fine. Yeah, okay. There they are, folks, your 2020 silver medalists in Group B Ice Stock Canada. Wonderful round. They finished with 10 wins and just 2 losses. Both those losses came to Brazil, who are the gold medal champions. Brazil lost 2 games as well, but had better points for and against. Australia will finish 3rd. Australia had 3 losses. And then the standings below that. I'm not sure who's 4th, to be honest. So our next live stream will be the men's team, tied for first place. Well, technically in first place because of a better point coefficient against Namibia. First game is at 2 o'clock p.m. local time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and that game is against Namibia, the team that we're tied in first place with. So it's going to be a long night, 11 games. And the starting lineup for the first game is going to be Mike Osborne. You can see in the toque, the full red toque. Steve Morrissey on the left there, talking to Carl. Myself and Militon, who's on the far right of this picture. And then Carl is sitting as our 5th for the first games, and the plan is for him to come in a little bit later and replace Steve. Both of them will be playing more. So congratulations, ladies. You've done us all extremely proud. 2 newbies to this championship coming into the team. You know, essentially putting in dozens, hundreds of hours, potentially over the last 5 months or so, training and representing us really well. So I'm happy for all of you. It's amazing. Thank you, Heini, there, in the center, our manager from Germany, who's gave us a lot of guidance. It's been really fantastic. You can see all the teams kind of getting ready for their own photo in front of the ice stock board. And a nice small arena here in Reagan, small town in eastern Bavaria, very close to the Czech Republic border. So after all this is, well, after the A games are still happening, it's probably their last. You see that beautiful delivery from an Austrian. Just it's Austria versus Germany. That's always a battle royale. Usually the top 2 teams, and actually, well, here, Group A, Germany, Italy, Austria, top 3. So I think if I saw it quickly enough, Austria beats Germany. Jeez. So you can see the difference between the A game and the B game right there. There's no lack of power that's probably the biggest difference. the power that they shoot with in the A group. As Carl said in one of the earlier podcasts or streams, they bang on every time. It's a mixed blessing to go up to A. You want to be up in A, but you will probably, at least in the first few years, take a real thumping in a bunch of games, and then against the lower field. So there's the standings here for the A group. Germany, Italy, Austria, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Belarus, Switzerland, Finland at the bottom. So Finland's going to be demoted to the A group, or sorry, to the B group in 2022. Those championships are tentatively set for Ritten, Italy, in northern Italy. Hopefully the borders are open by then. And that's where my first World Championship was in 2016. So I have fond memories of Ritten. Beautiful mountaintop village in the, I think it's the Dalmatian Mountains, something like Dolomites, maybe? Dolomites, which are part of the Alps chain of the Alps. Anyway, I think I'm gonna sign off, and I want to go give these ladies a hug. So I can't have that on video. My wife's watching. Bye for now.